Back to the Vegas trip, I'm going to give you some little bits of food for thought, because the second question you get is like, am I going to go to Vegas? The second question is, how much is it going to freaking cost me? Right. So we did a little quick Google search to come up with a bit of a package for the early bird people that want to get signed up and head out there. This is obviously without the price of tickets and all that kind of stuff. But I'm also want to use this opportunity to get some of your knowledge, Karl, and your experience having been there this year and truly experiencing everything that Vegas has to offer.
What do you want? Price of a pint?
We're going to come on to price and the pint. Don't ask, but do put your house on the market, because you're going to need some funds. Right, okay, so, Karl, let's have a little guess right now. Obviously, you don't know the figures I've got down here. How much do you reckon we can get a flight for? Bearing in mind, we're mega early. You know, we're almost a year in advance. So 10 months in advance or whatever it is. How much do you think we can get a flight for? By the way, not a direct flight. You can pay a little bit extra, get a direct flight.
I've already looked at some direct flights.
Cheeky bastard.
Right, so if you book now, right now,
like,
do it.
Yeah.
400 quid cheaper than I paid when I went out there last year.
Right, so what did you pay then?
I think it's about 1,200 quid I paid for hotel and flight.
Right. Well,
and then about $3,500 on beer. But yeah.
Okay, so I picked out a couple of flights. There is BA do a direct flight, okay, but it's considerably,
I didn't go direct
expensive.
either.
No, the flight that I've picked out, and I picked out with you in mind actually, is with Aer Lingus. Flies on the 24th of February. We're going to talk about that, the day to fly out, in a minute. Returning on the 3rd of March, so you get the game in and a couple of days to recover and do a bit of sightseeing, Area 51 and all that. £514.97 return. Right? But it's via Dublin, and you get a few hours in Dublin as well.
How many hours do you get in Dublin?
Well, some flights you get 7 hours, 14 minutes.
That's enough. That is enough hours to get to Temple Bar and
seven hours 25 minutes, I think it was. Anyway, so yeah, Aer Lingus got some good deals. £514 for a flight to Vegas. So
is that long enough? 7 hours in Dublin.
It might be less actually with the Aer Lingus flights, but.
You see, we went, we flew to LA and we had like a 4-hour layover, and it was horrible.
Yeah, 4 hours. It's not long enough and not short enough.
Yeah, it was, and the worst part about it was we flew over Vegas to fly to LA, knowing that we had to fly back. it was terrible.
Right, in terms of like the actual flight dates, so I picked out the 24th.
Yeah, what's that?
Well, that's the Tuesday before the game. The game's on the 28th, so you're like 4 days in advance, right?
Yeah,
now,
that's about right, that is.
Why? Why would you recommend it?
Because there's a lot of events that happen. Rather than staying there after the event's finished, you literally, the game ends on the Saturday or whatever, and you just want to get home on the Sunday. Because there's not anything rugby-wise that happens after that, unless you want to go sightseeing in Grand Canyon and all that sort of. But there's a lot of events that happen on the run-up to the big game. So like, I can't remember what day it was. I think it was the Wednesday. There was the Fremont Street parade. So there's like a massive stage in like the old Vegas, and all the teams get presented. They get brought out in like all the fans descend on there. It's absolutely crazy. There's just all sorts going on. And I arrived as that event was happening. So by the time we got there, we'd kind of missed the main.
Right.
The main sort of party. So you want to get there that day before, go to the Fremont Street night if it's like the night before. Yeah, it's awesome.
And then in terms of return, so I've got the return there the following Tuesday, so it's the 3rd of March, which will obviously give you like 3 and a bit days after the event to kind of recover. Good move, or need longer?
I mean, it's a long way to fly, because we only spent 4 nights out. Yeah, 4 nights, and literally there was so much going on. We barely slept for 4 days, and we were just like, right, we're going to this event, we're going to that event, we're going to this. So yeah, I think if you're going for a week, it's a little bit more relaxing, but my God, you've got to have some deep pockets, mate, because once you're on that strip, there ain't nowhere to eat that's cheap, there's nowhere to drink that's cheap. It costs an absolute fortune.
We'll come on to eating and drinking in a minute, but let's talk about hotel accommodation. So if I remember rightly, you were staying more or less on the strip. You got a pretty good location with your hotel. I don't know how much you paid for it, but I've picked out the Super 8 by Wyndham Las Vegas, which is on the North Strip, Fremont Street area. £374 for the 7 days, and that's a double room, so you can actually bunk with your mate as well. But albeit it's a queen size bed, you know what I mean. But a bit of top and tail, or a bit of big spoon, little spoon. You know what I mean?
If you want to save a bit of money, yeah, they're the lengths that you're going to go to. Yeah, I mean that's a little bit. Fremont Street's a little bit of a way out of the stadium. We stayed at the Luxor and the Excalibur, which are right next to each other. You can literally walk to the ground. The stadium is like on the other side of the strip, so you can like walk through the hotels. All the hotels are all connected, by the way. It's like you never know which one you're in. It's like a maze, and you can just walk straight to the ground. So that's good. You save on your taxi fares and all that there. If I was going to do it again, which I might do it again, I'd potentially look at staying off the strip, because the money you'll save eating and drinking off the strip.
Yeah.
It'll far outweigh what you pay in taxes.
Well, I haven't included breakfast in this because, you know, for me, when I go on a trip, I like to head out of the hotel and have breakfast in the local area. But do you think it'd be a good move to get a hotel with breakfast included and perhaps save money on that most important meal of the day, apparently? Yeah,
I do. If you're on the strip, you're just in the big hotel casinos, and everything just costs a fortune, mate. It's so expensive. I reckon if you're just off the strip, I bet you ain't gonna go far, and I bet the price drops. Even if the price doesn't drop considerably, the money you'll save on eating and drinking and like your breakfast and all that lot, I reckon you'll save a lot of money. So that'd be my like little top tip. That would.
Okay. Anything else that we should cover, like must see, must do for the Vegas event? Obviously, there'll be new things introduced for 2026. But you know, what are you thinking?
I went to an event, the Vegas Nines, and it wasn't that popular, and most of the fans that went there didn't go to the Vegas Nines. But that for me was one of the best days of the trip. We just hung around with a lot of there was a lot of local American teams were taking part in it. There was some like NRL legends playing in this Vegas Nines. It was really chilled out. It was serving beer out of cooler bottles, and you weren't having to pay $20 for a pint. You could get a pint for a few dollars. Saved us loads of money, and just chilling out watching rugby. It was great. So yeah, if anyone's going, go to the Vegas Nines. It's really decent event.
Right. Okay. So lots going on. Right, Karl. Any final afterburners? Then it's been a bumper show. Anything else to add?
Yes, our prediction show is live. We're getting loads of traction on that. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger every week, and you lot just appear to love giving us a load of shit when we get stuff wrong. So yeah, we've done it again. We're probably going to get a load of predictions wrong. Let's see what you think.
Okay. So until the next video, take care.